his character had no real part in this movie. I was like, why are you even here? Kind of just like, but his fights were cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, why are you in this movie? What's up, YouTubians?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Greetings.
However, whenever you're watching this, we appreciate you, because you know time is expensive.
Thank you for tuning in.
And thank you for subscribing. If you're here for the first time, this show is about everything
Creative.
Anything that sparks your creativity in whatever medium you dabble in.
Yes, expressing your artistic soul.
And welcome to the episode of Creativity Unsheathed. I'm Oliver Sequel.
And I'm Nino.
And yes, we're brothers.
Yes, we are.
And this is the show where we feel
that when you're down, never count yourself out. And you should always bet on yourself. Keep believing.
Yep. Bruce Lee said it himself. Everyone knows how to win, but they don't know how to lose.
Yeah. You lose to learn and you grow from that.
What we're talking about this and what we're looking at today is Master Z.
Master Z, the Ip Man legacy.
Continues.
Yes.
In this spin-off starring Max Zhang.
Zhang Jin or Max Zhang.
Yep. And this movie is directed by Wu Ping Yuen. He's known for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You get Fearless, The Grand Master. He did Drunken Master with Jackie Chan.
That was a good one.
Right. He also directed Chun in the 1994's film.
With Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's kind of full circle. Like they're in this film, Master Z, and it's a Chun movie.
Yes.
You know, so it's a pretty cool first circle moment.
Yes, for sure.
And then the writers behind this movie are the same writers behind the whole Ip Man franchise.
Yeah.
Right, so that's why you were able to get the callbacks from Ip Man 3.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You can watch Master Z without watching Ip Man 3.
True. Right. They show a little of the intro of Part 3 and the intro of Master Z.
Yeah, and it's like we get reminded throughout the film with his flashbacks.
Yeah.
The cast is pretty cool because they are, like we mentioned,
Michelle Yeoh.
Also, you get the villain played by Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
Who is pretty much like this crime kingpin in this era of 1959 Hong Kong. Cool notable feature, you get Tony Jaa.
Hell yeah.
Who brought Muay Thai back on the map with his film Ong Bak.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome.
Right, which will be a future episode. Yeah, so stay tuned, subscribe,
for sure,
spread the word. So yeah, like we mentioned, that this movie is a spin-off from the Ip Man franchise starring Max Zhang, and he's pretty much making a life for himself and his son, being a single parent, trying to live the life without martial arts.
Yeah.
After losing the fight to Ip Man in Ip Man 3.
Yes.
His modified version of Wing Chun didn't work against the real foundation.
Traditional, yeah.
Right, so he just, I guess you would say, felt embarrassed and just wanted to live a normal merchant life, you know, owning a store with his son and just
living a simple life. Yeah,
simple life.
Sure.
These characters intertwine by Max Zhang's character getting in the mix with two characters named Julia and her sister Nana, because her sister Nana had a little drug addiction and she got into trouble with the triads who were supplying such drug. And then now her sister Julia, just being the sister that she is, you know, paid off the debt. Of course the triads wasn't enough. So then that's when Julia is, you know, fighting off this triads. And then as that happens, here comes Max Zhang getting in the mix. Because just at the wrong place, the wrong time. And I guess what tipped it off was when the leader messed up the present for his son. And
he just got mad because of that, not so much of Julia and Nana's situation.
Yeah, or whatever that activity was going on. You know, he just wanted to be on his way. But that pissed him off, and he fought the whole crew. And then got in trouble with the police, and that rippled into the British authority, and now the whole crime syndicate or Michelle Yeoh's crew, like they find this out now. They want, as far as the brother goes, he wants his revenge against Max Zhang's character just for intervening. But of course, Michelle Yeoh's, you know, being the head of this crime organization, she wants a clean slate, you know, in a way, you know,
she doesn't want to deal with it no more,
right? But of course, the brother just being more stubborn, you know, he just wants his way. And it just leads to more turmoil.
And then like they actually like burned down his shop.
And then he just ended up being homeless, and Julia ended up taking him in.
Yeah, gave him a job.
At her brother's bar.
Yeah.
The Golden Bar, I believe it was called. But in this particular bar is pretty much the centerpiece where like all these gangsters and foreigners hang out, and he just becomes a bartender. Develops a relationship, a friendship with these people that took him in.
Yeah.
And he feels that love again after the loss he suffered. As far as being a warrior on this journey and just trying to refine himself and his purpose.
Like finding himself again.
Mm-hmm. And so it continues where Julia's sister dies from her drug addiction because of the guy just
force feeding like heroin, made her OD.
Right. So from there, Julia's brother, who owns the Gold Bar, gets in the mix of this story.
And the brother found out about that, and then he wasn't having it.
Yep. So from there, he just went to go fight Michelle Yeoh and really get his revenge.
Yeah.
And it ended on the sacrificial type level. I mean, you guys have to watch it to see for yourselves, but.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh still got it.
Yep, hell yeah. Which leads to Max Zhang going after the killer of Nasan because he got in the mix of the drug crackdown, the British authority, and Dave Bautista's character is behind this whole crime syndicate. And then he was trying to just kind of continue this facade that he's this philanthropist.
Yeah.
But they take him to a disclosed area and pretty much beat him to death.
Like, man, even they were in on it. The police.
It's crazy.
And then it's like Julia wanted revenge for that situation.
Because the brother, right?
Yeah, and then now Master Z was kind of like, I'll do it for you.
And what tipped him off was the black bat bracelet.
Yeah.
Because Nasan was able to tear it away from Davidson's wrist.
Yeah.
So it was clutched in his fist and on his last breath. And then Master Z was able to find it.
Yeah.
And right away he knew.
Yeah, because if not for his son recognizing the bracelet.
Right, at his belated birthday dinner. And of course Julia knew it too, because they were all there.
It's crazy how full circle, whoa.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's written pretty well. Not bad.
Yeah. I mean, of course, definitely this being like a gangster crime film mixed with martial arts. It's pretty a basic story, you know. It's kind of what you would get in any other American action film.
Yeah.
But of course, this being located in Hong Kong kind of shows the universal relatability to this situation. Doesn't really matter where you are in the world. It's like
you could say it's almost like hard boiled, just with more martial arts. Not so much shooting.
Yeah. You can definitely see that they were on the set.
Yeah.
The way the build and the colors. They really made Bar Street like a real place in Hong Kong. In this fantasy version of Hong Kong of 1959.
Like their red light district.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
Like their Broadway.
Toads.
Yeah, like the Roaring Twenties, you get gangsters and you get mob and you get the Elliot Ness and all those guys.
Right.
Just what was going on at the time.
Right, and you just gain a perspective.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely this movie being a Wu Ping film, you're definitely going to expect wire acts or, just wire incorporated in the fight scene.
Yeah.
And then there was a scene in the streets of Bar Street where Master Z was jumping from neon sign to sign.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's crazy. It's like,
Sure.
That's really unpractical, but it was really interesting to watch, and it was as if like a shout out to Crouching Tiger.
Yeah.
Hidden Dragon.
And
just
then rooftop fights, right? Yeah.
that's like totally like the Wing Chun, Bruce Lee stories, right?
Yeah.
So it's refreshing knowing that you have actors knowing what they're doing.
It's like they didn't rely on the wires. They still acted. It didn't look like corny.
I mean, with the fight scenes with Michelle Yeoh, I mean, those were like pretty iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anytime you have her on screen at this point, it's you're in for a treat.
Yeah, there's a cool cheese scene.
Oh, with the glass?
With the glass and the shot glass.
That was crazy. I wonder how many takes, or if that liquid was like CGI'd after, or if that's real. I don't know. Comment below what you guys think. But that was like probably like the best demonstration of soft structure I've ever seen on film.
Almost like chi sao.
So
right?
totally, man. Yeah.
Like just feeling each other's chi,
Right.
when it flows without spilling a drop. Oh man, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like you could probably rewatch that as many times as you want. I mean, yeah, it's edited the way it is, but
Try that with paper cups. I don't want to cut myself. Oh.
And her fight scene with the sword against Master Z at the headquarters of Michelle Yu's headquarters. You know how it was playing out at the same time in two different rooms.
Mm.
It was pretty cool how it was coordinated and just the camera work in order to catch both fights. Just because knowing that the fight coordination and everybody had to be on beat.
Yeah.
In order for the camera to go through or to hit its spots in order to do so.
Like, hitting their marks.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Yeah, like you definitely gotta like really time it, right? Kind of like running football plays.
True, right?
10 paces, then you turn.
Man.
Right.
You really see that Max Zhang is not a paper tiger in the film history. You know, if you're learning martial arts, you know, some say, oh, you're paper tiger, or you don't really know martial arts. You know, you're just learning for the movies.
Okay, that's another thing too. Is like what really makes you a martial artist? That you actually go to school, like your parents enroll you, and you reach black belt level, or you just find that passion and love, you just go and do it yourself.
Any kind of artist, you know, as long as you're doing it, you're doing it. You know what I mean? What's really going to give you credentials?
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, the belt, or you know, if you really fought the Grand Master.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at fucking Bruce. He took all these arts. You think he enrolled in all these classes? No, right?
Not.
Look at these fucking red books. Did the research, practiced, and applied it.
He went to the actual school.
Yeah.
Right. He actually did learn from these. From these artists, like Taekwondo.
Yes, Cha-Cha.
I think he did exchange for Cha-Cha lessons. I forget.
Even karate.
Yeah, dude. You know, it just shows that, you know, you don't really need a school per se.
Okay, honestly, would you want to like show that you know or not know?
Yeah, right? I don't know. It's like,
oh, you have black belt, huh? Okay, I'll try you then. Test you.
Right? I think it's kind of like a gray area as far as like why you want to learn.
Yeah.
I think that's just the bottom line of like why does someone want to learn?
Yeah. Everyone has reasons, different reasons.
I mean, if it's ego, then sorry, it's not. You know, some schools are not gonna, embrace ego.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's all depends on you. Or if you're watching this video, it depends on you, on the martial artist, if you study it.
Yes.
Or whatever what type of artist you are, because all you gotta do is know your why, and from there, answers will come out.
Yeah.
To go with your question, I don't think you need to go to school to be labeled a martial artist. But a paper tiger, I mean, that could be just an old term nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think if you're learning, again, if you're learning it, you're learning it. You know what I mean? For a reason.
At your own pace. Because maybe you can't afford it, or you don't want to deal with other people.
Because I think a good example is Robert Downey Jr. He learned Wing Chun. I don't know if he was doing it for the movie Sherlock Holmes, but he incorporated it in there. You do see it in that underground fight scene, the fight club in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
But after the fact of making that movie, he still studied Wing Chun.
Yeah. Ed O'Neill from Married with Children, the actor, he does jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
Finally
exactly.
got his belt. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. Oh, I mean, okay. Again, what does the belt mean?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, for him.
Yeah.
It's like, you pushed your body to the limit of learning these techniques. But okay, when are you? At what age or how old he is? Well, he's gonna expect to be on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think you want to try and be on the floor at that age.
Yeah. So
once you learn, then you have to unlearn.
Yeah, you're continuously learning.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you're learning about. There's always something to learn, something new, and if you're looking for it, it'll come up. Right?
Yeah, it's a cool milestone to have. To say that yes, you achieved that. but you still learn.
Yeah, it's still good.
We all still learn.
Right.
Even the greats still learn.
What's that saying? When you reach the top of a mountain, it's the bottom of another mountain. You know, you're continuously to climb.
Yeah, you just reach the bottom of another mountain.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's time to reach another goal.
Yeah.
You know, unless you want to stay on that level of the mountain, but you know, you still gotta keep climbing.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. It's like you see the clouds, but you don't know what's beyond those clouds.
Yeah. The next pinnacle.
Right. And you know, full circle, it goes back to this movie. You know, Master Z. You know. Max Zhang. I don't even know where the Master Z comes in. Maybe it's just coming off his name, Zhang.
Or Master Z because master of his modified style of Wing Chun.
Oh, maybe.
But then maybe Z just for Zhang. Yeah, so like there's Ip Man, then there's Master Z.
When I hear Zhang, I hear Wayne World. Awesome.
Zhang.
I don't know if it's the same term, same meaning, but is it Max Awesome? But hey, if we're wrong, sorry. But comment below. I mean, just, you know, Wayne's World, they did it.
Zhang. Max Zhang, for his character, or just Max Zhang himself, I thought he was a cool martial artist.
Yeah.
A cool actor. He wasn't trying to be like no one. He was trying to have his own voice as a martial artist.
Yeah, he really looked as that suave look.
Yeah, he looked confident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He held his own.
I mean, the special appearance by Michelle Yeoh, it was complimentary just because of their fight scene together.
Yeah.
It's like you really see the chemistry, and as far as like a nice dance number.
Yeah.
You know, again, he was able to hold the weight with her.
Yeah.
Especially with Dave Bautista.
Oh yeah. You know? And the way he fights is cool. Yeah, the good form. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Imagine like him going up against Jet Li in his prime.
Man, it's crazy.
Like Pistol Legends, like. Or like Lethal Weapon, just seeing them go at it. It's pretty cool.
Just the martial arts, that's already a superhero to me.
Yeah, for real. You don't need no power, but your will.
That's your chi.
Right. Sometimes superpowers are just cheating. You're not a real fighter.
Yeah.
And then from left field, you got Tony Jaa coming back.
Right, playing like assassin because him and Master Z or
they were like in the same clan.
Like as far as being the assassins or like hitmen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Assassin of different martial arts. That's fucking awesome.
Muscle men, right?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like kind of like the 5 Deadly Venoms.
Man.
You get Muay Thai, then you get Wing Chun, and you get Taekwondo, right? Like just different martial arts. Like that'd be fucking cool. Yeah.
It's kind of like a spy versus spy, you know?
Yeah.
Like he just shows up trying to mess up you, like, you know?
Yeah. I know. It's one of those characters.
Like,
I know there's someone out there. That,
like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
It's like always trying to like mess with you.
Yeah.
His character had no real part in this movie. I was like, why are you even here? Kind of just like, but his fights were cool. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, why are you in this movie? It's you have like no real lines.
Tony Jaa went to the wrong studio. I was like, hey, we can use this real quick. Come over here.
Since you're here,
right? We need a.
You want to spar with Max Zhang?
It was just really sparring. It wasn't really acting. And they accidentally broke the windows.
Oh man. At the same time, let's make this epic.
But yeah, it was cool seeing Muay Thai in there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big fan of Tony Jaa.
Again, we're gonna do an episode of Ong Bak, so stay tuned.
Yeah, for sure.
Subscribe.
Donnie Yen fought a Muay Thai fighter.
Yes, he did. That was what, part 4?
Oh, 3 with Tyson.
Oh, part 3 as well.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
but they're in the elevator.
Oh, yes, okay.
And then in Master Z, he fought a Muay Thai, but with his modified version of Wing Chun.
And then, like, in that fight, you can see that they were evenly matched.
Yeah.
Because it was, like, as if they're the same style, you know?
Mirroring each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, totally.
So it's like a draw. It was a draw.
Totes. Yeah. And I like that particular scene, too, because you caught it where you said the car drove by before they fought.
Yeah.
And then I said, like, oh, look, tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Right? As if like a Western.
Yeah.
You know?
And then one had a hat. Tony Jaa was wearing a fedora.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It looked pretty good on him. It works.
Dude, you know, like, that whole fight scene was pretty cool. And just Tony Jaa's career, how he came up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it was well deserved for him, and for the style of Muay Thai, you know, like to the point where it's a foundation in UFC.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mixed martial arts, MMA. You know, it's every fighter that you follow in that sport. You know, Muay Thai is a foundation.
And now you got Fairtex, and then you got Jackie, the Muay Thai fighters.
Oh, Jackie Bouton.
Yeah,
and then
right.
One Championship.
Yeah.
Kind of brings back to Bloodsport movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I give it up to those girls because they're not scared to mess up their pretty face. You know what I mean? They're willing to go for it.
What's also cool, it's being incorporated in MMA's Wing Chun.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
You know, and Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva, Tony Ferguson.
Yep, him too. You actually see him training on the wooden dummy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
But then Anderson Silva, what's cool, and that lineage, you got to learn from.
Guru Dan Inosanto.
Yeah, dude.
Uncle Dan.
Right, and that lineage of Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Dude, man, it's like, and the lineage from there.
You're just touching ancient.
Dude, seriously, man. It's just.
But you are touching the Holy Grail.
Just imagine that's the lineage, right? From Dan Inosanto, from Bruce Lee to Ip Man. And
To
it's
the
like,
Red Boat.
dude,
Man.
the Red Boat days, dude. That's crazy.
Dude, I think that the fight scene between Batista and Master Z at the end, I thought that fight was probably one of my favorite fights in martial arts.
Yeah.
As far as like the common bigger guy you got to deal with, or even goes for the women,
Right.
you know, against a big guy. You know what I mean? Just showing what Wing Chun can do.
Right. Knowing that Wing Chun was created by a woman
A
to
woman,
be.
yep.
Right.
And size doesn't matter.
No, it's just when you're hitting vital points as far as what Wing Chun can provide. But, you know, yeah, I totally agree when you're saying about the fight scene, because it is pretty epic seeing just the size difference.
Yeah.
And how that's more common in the street scenario.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, depending on your perspective, but more likely scenario to come across it.
I mean, it could be like for height as well. You know,
Yeah.
someone taller than you. Yeah. So it's
Right.
really like realistic to me. At certain points, of course, it's obvious you would have been dead or you would have been paralyzed. But just when you're going head to head,
Yeah.
toe to toe with Wing Chun.
And it's like definitely a callback to Ip Man 2.
Yeah.
You know, when Ip Man fought Hurricane.
Yeah.
Right, in the ring. So.
Yeah. And that scene with Tyson
Part 3. Yeah, exactly.
boxing against Wing Chun.
Yeah.
And Batista was throwing those kind of punches,
Right.
uppercuts, hooks, like a real boxer.
Yep. Yep.
And to see how and to watch how Max Zhang was able to defend himself and utilize techniques and stuff.
Yeah. And that in that particular fight, when he was showing his modified version, even throughout the whole film of this movie, Master Z, you didn't see his modified Wing Chun, but you're seeing him showing off like Muay Thai, Silat, with a little bit of Wushu.
Yeah.
He did movies in the past where he did Wushu and Tai Chi, and then within that style, you know.
Yeah.
And then in part 3, Ip Man 3, you seen that modified version of Wing Chun, like it's mixed with Silat and Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Looks very structured almost.
Yeah, almost, right, but not as fluid, you know.
Yeah.
But the foundation of Wing Chun is there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like almost you can say it's like a JKD, right?
Yeah, here's Jakey, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then back to the fight with Batista, when he realized that this modified version of Wing Chun wasn't working, or this style that he was trying to fight with wasn't working, you know, he went back to the foundation of Wing Chun, right? The traditional.
Yeah.
And from there, you were seeing that he was gaining his confidence back. He was gaining his mojo.
Yeah.
You know, he was
his chi was coming back.
right. He was feeling himself. So you know, he was getting him. He was getting Batista and
chopping him down and getting his vital points.
Right. And like it didn't knock him out, but it made him weak.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like if you just get him in the right areas, it's like
like Bruce said, I would rather learn one kick 1,000 times than 1,000 kick once.
Yep.
It's almost like you treat it as your secret weapon, like your go-to.
Totally, man. And it's like Yeah, I mean, you train yourself to learn a certain combination, but it's your combination.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
because it's what you train your body to do so.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you know your body,
Yeah.
and you know what you're capable of, and
Mhm.
what doesn't work on your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So you got to work around that.
And that's what Master Z learned from
Yeah.
for himself. He had to go back to just traditional.
Yeah.
Right. This is go back to simplicity.
Yeah.
And to have Dave Bautista in the mix and Filipino actor,
Yeah.
you know, a wrestler, and knowing that he's a wrestler at that, because you know there's always this thing where wrestlers can be actors or they can be in movies, but you know you're coming off of Guardians of the Galaxy and it's like it can be done. You know, yeah, he doesn't say a lot in those films, but. You know, he can hold weight on his own, you know, like give him more roles in whatever movies. It's like, I'm pretty sure he's willing to give it his all, you know. Dave Bautista was pretty good in Bushwhack, so.
Man, that was a surprise ending for Bautista in that movie. I didn't see that coming, but that was kind of like reality almost. Like, you just don't know.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
Right, it was like when you have your goal, but you just don't know how it's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure.
When you reach it.
So definitely this fight scene in this movie is one of my favorites.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, it's up there with Jet Li in Fist of Legends. When he changed up his style from Kung Fu and then he changed it up to JKD.
Yeah, dude.
He beat him with a JKD.
It kind of shows that in that film too, another redemption type story.
Yeah, using one style that doesn't work, and then finding something that does.
Yeah, totes.
It's fucking awesome.
Since Dave Bautista did make an appearance in this movie, he did do his variation of his wrestling move, his finisher, the Bautista Bomb.
Oh.
I mean, this location that they were in, or this fight scene that he performed it in, he wasn't able to full on do it because it was concrete, so it probably would have hurt his body.
Oh,
you know, because it's not the ring, you know,
Yeah,
it doesn't have
yeah.
the springs or whatever.
Yeah.
So they did a variation of it where he just did a power bomb, but more of like through him.
Yeah.
So that's something worth watching and looking out for if you're a fan of Dave Bautista and you didn't know he's in this film.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, they didn't really show him like doing a lot of the organizing of the crime or the drug, operation, if you will.
Yeah.
But you definitely see that he was part of it.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think that was what made the story pretty good, because it was obvious by his build and his demeanor that he was hiding something.
Yeah.
He has a dark shadow.
Yeah.
But you didn't know how it was going to be revealed.
Yeah.
Right. So then when they brought Nasan to the abandoned warehouse, and then you see Davidson or Dave Bautista, it's like, damn, like you're behind this, like the big reveal.
Yeah.
You know, I think then that was a good part of the midpoint and just heading into that third act.
Yeah, I think it's a good setup for the final fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because everyone was just full steam ahead as far as like getting their revenge, and then Max Zhang getting redemption.
Yeah.
So if I was going to rate this movie, I would definitely give it a 4 out of 5. Just because of being a fan of Wing Chun and seeing Max Zhang's full expression of Wing Chun and just his version. It was really impressive, and I really liked it. As far as for the story, I feel like you could have condensed it into an hour 45.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was just a little too much characterization, and as far as like wanting to cheer on for Max Zhang's redemption, but just being a fan of like the 90s movies and action films, how they were able to condense a story within an hour 45, a 90-minute movie, and it's like you get everything that you need. But I think being reminded of his flashbacks of him losing was just too much. It's like, I think we really, like, once in the beginning and then maybe once at the end, that's it. Like in between, it's just a little bit too much.
All in all, the fight scenes, I love it. I love Wing Chun martial arts, so the fight scenes were cool. I didn't mind the wire acts or the wires in certain scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty noticeable.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind. But it totally works.
Yeah.
Because, the act helped.
Mm-hmm.
Or the action they were selling.
Yeah.
The fighting with Bautista, I loved it. I like the way he switched up his style. The scenes with Michelle Yeoh, that was pretty cool. Especially the dining room scene with the glass.
Oh yeah.
So that was cool. Every time I watch martial arts, I just really focus on the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty much stories are all the same.
Yeah.
It was definitely a redemption story.
Mm-hmm. Totes.
Just showing that when all else fails, keep it simple, stick to the basics, and then just work your way up again, and then you will defeat the giant.
It's like don't always have to overthink.
Yeah. And again, Wing Chun is not a system that knocks people out.
Mm-hmm.
It's for self-defense, close quarters, and just to see how Max demonstrated those. It was pretty cool.
Just seeing him come back to being a hero again.
Yeah.
That superhero heroic moment.
Yeah. The redemption song.
So,
sure.
would you rate it? 3? 3.5.
3.5. Yeah. For most martial arts movies, I always can't wait for the fight scenes. That's what I really watch.
Okay.
To be honest, even with Bruce Lee movies, it's I just like watching the fight scenes.
Not so much story or that. I like his acting.
Yeah.
Just you want to see fight scenes.
Yeah. I like fight scenes. You know what I mean?
All that.
I like fight scenes, training montages.
Because I'm gonna do that.
Right?
What's the regimen?
It's like that's what gets you pumped.
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the same with Jackie Chan too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, wonder what Jackie's gonna do today.
Well, all in all, y'all, you'll definitely get a kick out of this movie. I mean, you're a fan of, Wing Chun. If you're a fan of, the Ip Man franchise, and you didn't know that this movie was a spin-off off of that franchise, now you know.
Yes.
They are currently streaming on Tubi, Pluto, however you get your streaming goods. Definitely be sure to stream this movie or just watch it for yourselves. Get a physical copy if you got an Amoeba or some sort of mom and pop's.
Goodwill.
Rasputin, yeah, Goodwill. However,
Goodwill, yeah.
But if you don't like physical medium, if you don't like clutter in your home, definitely stream it. If you're a fan of martial arts, we highly recommend the fight scenes in this movie. I mean, the story's pretty basic, but the fight scenes are definitely worth watching.
Yes.
The build up to those fight scenes is, it's pretty good.
Like watching martial arts movies, when it comes to fight scenes, it's like you're watching a dance musical.
Yeah, definitely.
Just the art of dancing, choreography.
Yeah.
Shen Yuan, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Jackie Chan was in theater. Bruce Lee's father was in theater.
Yes.
I mean, I'm unsure if Bruce Lee was in theater himself, but
yeah, that's why Jackie Chan was able to do his own stunts.
Dude.
Right?
Yep. Hey, Max Zhang did his own stunts.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
Max Zhang did his own stunts in this one. I feel like I didn't see no double. I mean, we had to watch it again. Maybe we missed it. Go watch this movie, Master Z.
Or any of the Ip Man franchise.
Because again, you'll definitely get a kick out of the action scenes.
It might make you a fan of actually learning Wing Chun.
Yeah.
You might want to learn Wing Chun all of a sudden. And we encourage you to.
Yeah. Everyone needs to know self-defense. Alright, y'all. And if you reach this part of the video, we highly appreciate you because we already know that we don't like to ask too much from you, but be sure to hit like, subscribe, comment,
please.
And definitely spread the word of what we're doing here in Creativity Unsheathed because, we're doing comic reviews, movie reviews, and music reviews,
Yep.
Anything creative, anything that sparks your creativity, whatever medium you dabble in.
Yes, for sure.
But if you're here for the first time, we like to end this episode with a motivational quote for y'all. But if you heard this one before, just let it be a self-reflection of where we are today.
In the present.
And this one is by Bruce Lee.
Where he says, simplicity is the key to brilliance. End quote.
Yes, definitely, man. I mean, it definitely goes for this film. Master Z came to that realization, right? That redemption to just go back to simplicity.
Yeah.
The foundation, tradition.
On top of living a simple life, Right.
Yeah, because in Ip Man 3, he tried to live the fast life, or tried to have try to hit the fame of being the best Wing Chun master, right?
Yeah, and I think he was being paid to do those hits. The Tony Jaa's character.
Oh yeah, he was being paid as a hitman,
Yeah.
or like the muscle,
Yeah.
definitely.
So he chose a simple life.
Chose to get out.
And then since Bautista, his modified Wing Chun didn't work, he went to traditional, keeping it simple, working on the wooden dummy again.
Yep.
And defeated Mr. Davidson.
Spoiler alert if you didn't see it. But you definitely have to watch it for yourselves and experience it, and see how he goes about it, and experience Zhang'S journey and see how that redemption gets played out.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a journey.
And of course, we're not going to pretend that we know you guys and know your journey, because only you guys know you, and you guys know the path that you need to take. As long as you guys know what's true in your heart, the answers will come to you.
Yes, definitely.
When it's ready for you, and when you're ready, and when the universe knows you're ready.
Yeah.
And just got to keep putting in the work, put in the practice. Don't be afraid to lose, because you losing always helps you grow and to progress to that next level that you need to be at.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know how to get there if you didn't fall, if you didn't lose to begin with.
Yeah. Level up, hit the next plateau.
Yep.
Keep climbing.
So in the meantime, y'all, stay creative. Keep creating.
Stay independent. Have your own voice.
Continue your martial arts training and do your best as a human being to stay motivated and to keep on going.
Yeah, kill the negative demons. Spread the positivity.
Till next time, y'all.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace. Kanji and breadsticks again?